This fascinating old case, reported by Sir Edward Coke, one of the towering figures of the early common law, gives us a glimpse at how marriage worked 400 years ago. King James I ruled England, but in the previous century, England had been through upheaval with the creation of the Church of England and ongoing tensions, sometimes outright murder, between Catholics and Protestants. Things had calmed down somewhat under Queen Elizabeth I, and King James wanted to retain that balance. Marriage was by then a holy sacrament in both the Catholic Church and the Church of England, and matters relating to marriage were dealt with by the ecclesiastical or church courts. In the mid 1500s, the Church of England took over those ecclesiastical courts. This created problems for married Catholic people, who could hardly go to another church to resolve their marital disputes. Consequently, the common law developed its own precedents about marriage. One of these was that a woman, upon marrying, became femme cauvaire, so she ceased to have any legal identity, and her legal status was merged with that of her husband. The church considered them to be one flesh, and the common law considered them to be one legal person. In Langdale's case, Langdale wanted to set his wife aside and live separately. Divorce was all but impossible. Mrs. Langdale went to the ecclesiastical courts and sued for the payment of alimony or maintenance. Mr. Langdale responded, however, by going to the common law courts, in particular the Court of Common Pleas. His argument was essentially that because he and his wife were one legal person, she could not sue him, because that was effectively himself suing himself. He argued that the church courts were not allowed to just ignore the common law doctrine of femme cauvaire, and that the courts should issue a writ of prohibition, preventing the church court from proceeding with the matter. The common law courts agreed. Coke records, if the ecclesiastical judges encroach upon the jurisdiction of the common pleas to hold plea of anything against the common law of the land, or of anything triable by the law, this principal court of common law shall grant a prohibition. In a modern sense, prohibition is still used as an administrative law concept where the court issues an order requiring a government agency not to carry out a specific decision.